Good day. Here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. We begin with the Philippines' participation in the global stage as the country aligned itself with the world's major powers in upholding maritime order in the Indo-Pacific. This as the Philippines welcomed the Group of Seven or G7's commitment to maintaining a rules-based order in the South China Sea and the broader Indo-Pacific region. In its November 26 statement, the G7, composed of Italy, Germany, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, the United States, and Japan, expressed deep concern over escalating tensions in the East and South China Seas. The group firmly declared that China's expansive maritime claims in the South China Sea have no legal basis and condemned Beijing's militarization and coercive activities in the disputed waters. Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo, who represented the Philippines in the G7 foreign ministers meeting in Italy, stressed the global significance of maintaining peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific. He said the state of the Indo-Pacific concerns us all as he conveyed the Philippines' perspectives on Indo-Pacific and South China Sea issues at the high-level forum. He also thanked the G7 for supporting the Philippines' principled stance, emphasizing that a maritime order anchored on the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, is crucial to sustaining a rules-based order in the region. Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary for European Affairs Maria Elena Algabre noted the Philippines' engagement with the G7 strengthens transparency and counters disinformation regarding the West Philippine Sea. She further underscored the significance of the South China Sea, noting that it serves as a critical route for over 30% of global maritime trade. The Department of Justice is weighing in on Vice President Sara Duterte's controversial remarks, saying she could face liability under the Anti-Terror Act after claiming to have contracted an assassin to target President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and House Speaker Martin Romualdez. According to Justice Undersecretary Jesse Andres, actions or threats intended to harm or intimidate others, particularly if it meant to instill fear or chaos, can be classified as terrorism. He further stressed that any threat against the president is a serious national security matter, noting that President Marcos is not only the elected leader of the country but a symbol representing all Filipinos. Andres said such threats cannot be tolerated as they undermine the democratic process and endanger public confidence in national leadership. Meanwhile, Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla assured the public that the Department of Justice will remain steadfast in defending the chief executive and the Filipino people against any form of lawlessness. National Security Advisor Secretary Eduardo Año echoed this, stating on Sunday that any threats to the president's life will be treated as a national security issue and thoroughly investigated. Lawmakers led by Speaker Martin Romualdez have also spoken out, describing Duterte's statement as criminal, destabilizing, and a direct threat to the country's democracy. On Tuesday, the National Bureau of Investigation formally asked Vice President Duterte to provide her side to investigators by Friday regarding her controversial remarks. Senator Grace Poe assured the public that the Senate remains open to discussions with House lawmakers advocating for the restoration of the 39 billion pesos allocation for the Ayuda para sa Kapos ang Kita program or AKAP in the 2025 General Appropriations Bill. Poe, who chairs the Senate Committee on Finance, says that while the Senate is not outright rejecting the proposal, senators want to ensure the program is truly justified and beneficial to its intended recipients. She also questioned the program's stated goal of addressing inflation, arguing that it lacks focus since inflation affects all sectors, including the affluent. In the Senate's version of the 2025 national budget, the 39 billion pesos for AKAP was reallocated to programs such as the Senior Citizens Pension, the kapit-bisig laban sa kahirapan comprehensive and integrated delivery of social services or kalahi seeds and livelihood support for farmers and fisher folk. Senator Amy Marcos, meanwhile, proposed combining AKAP with the Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situations or AICS for streamlined and more effective aid distribution. Acting Presidential Communications Office Secretary Cesar Chavez has commended groups and individuals for their invaluable contributions to expanding access to freedom of information across the nation. In a message delivered by Assistant Secretary Claudine Marie Caparon at the 2024 Freedom of Information Awards, Chavez lauded FOI advocates for their pivotal role in advancing the government's transparency initiatives. He praised their transformative efforts, emphasizing how they have turned visionary ideas into impactful actions, reinforcing President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s commitment to building a more transparent administration. The annual FOI Awards recognizes the outstanding dedication of individuals and organizations in promoting public access to information. The event also concludes the FOI Summit, which serves as a vital platform for nurturing communities committed to strengthening information accessibility mechanisms nationwide. Chavez expressed hope that the event will inspire further efforts to empower Filipinos by providing greater access to public information. In other news, the Philippine Heart Association is warning the public against taking supplements and low-quality maintenance medications, saying this could jeopardize heart disease treatment. According to PHA Council on Pharmacotherapy CONI season, individuals with cardiovascular conditions should always consult their physicians before adding any medications or supplements to their prescribed treatment. She explained that some supplements can interact with heart medications, which could reduce their effectiveness or even cause harm. Season further warned that all drugs, including food supplements, low-quality or counterfeit medicines, can increase side effects when combined with heart medications. The Food and Drug Administration had previously issued a warning against false endorsements of health products on social media and the sale of fake medicines such as counterfeit paracetamol in local stores. The PHA emphasized the importance of acquiring medical drugs only through a physician's advice and from trusted sources to avoid unnecessary health risks. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under Pna News. It's 27 days before Christmas. I'm Wilnard Basilonia. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.